I'm just trying to be positive and constructive and communicative, and I'm asking for the same thing. That's all. If you don't want to be part of that, then that's fine.
I don't think I did, Todd. I think I reached out to you 4 or 5 times.
I think you're a little revisionist history there.
Really? It's an amazing thing about cell phones, right? All right. We all done?
Final thoughts, self-explanatory, everybody's got a copy that can read it. It's in very accurate.
I do have one other comment on it, and I will send an email out. I have a voicemail message from Patty from Gorman. In your report, you over and over again reference that the communication was with the town clerk's office. In my verbal communication with Kim and Patty, they did share the same thing with me. But when I asked her who she spoke with, she was very upfront with the fact that I just say it's the clerk's office because that's the number I have. I have a voicemail message from Patty that I'd be happy to share with you, where I asked her to go back and look who she actually talked to, because she said she had notes.
She had notes.
So I have a voicemail message I'll provide to you that said she has no idea.
I can only tell you what she told us.
I have a voicemail.
Joe took the notes, and he took very accurate notes, and he read them back to her when we were done.
So I'll share it with you so you have
Fair
it.
enough.
Because it's straight from her. It's not filtered by me.
Fair enough.
It's in the report, but straight from her.
Fair enough.
In the contract, on the totally absolutely different note, on the contract with Amy, the contract is for 2 DVD copies. I would request there be 3. Doesn't one go up, one will go up there. And I get FOIL requests for, and I have right now, FOIL requests for copies. I have no ability to burn. So if I can at least get 2, I can have one to keep and one that can go out and maybe come back. I mean, it can't be a big ticket item.
Well, yeah, I submitted a proposal that included 2 DVDs.
Right, I see that.
And also my proposal also indicated that if the meeting went beyond 2 hours, there would be an additional charge, just to make that clear. It's not just a flat rate of $70 per meeting. And I don't have it with me, but I can give you the original proposal. And I have.
You got it.
Yeah. But yeah, if you want 3 copies of the DVD, that is not a problem. I did want to discuss, though, last week it came up the possibility of having a web version ready to upload to YouTube, which I can do, but now that I've done it once, I realize it's going to double the amount of processing time. So I would, if you really need me to do that, I would need to add more to the amount. Or I could just provide you the regular DVD, however, the 3 copies, and then if you know someone else who can do it, the web version.
So, if it's available on the website, will that satisfy a FOIL request?
Well, I can try it, if it's gonna be.
I mean, I think it's one of the open meetings law came out to say as long as it's retrievable off the website, then the document's available.
Right, and so the only thing is people that don't have computers, the older people, and if I come across that, it doesn't have to go up, but I'm just saying.
But I also want to make clear that I'm not able to actually do the upload to YouTube for you.
No, our web administrator will.
Yeah.
So we work with you and we'll figure out a common denominator or common, because you think it's like $10 extra for another CD for 3 CDs, but right now it's $70 includes the meeting
and two DVDs. Yeah, I mean normally I would charge 10 for an extra.
Really?
I mean, if this is going to be an approved regular thing, I can.
Never mind, I'll figure out how to burn one.
I mean, there's no copyright protection on the DVDs I give you, so.
I'll hunt around for a computer.
You know.
Okay, no problem.
All right.
Okay. As long as I get the one, because I have to be back.
Okay. All right, so I'd like to, I know we're gonna open up the public comment here in a second, but I'd like to, there was a typo on the invite we saw, or letter we sent out to Dow Road and Parker's Corners citizens, so I'd like to beg the rest of the audiences and thank the Parker's Corners and Dow Road folks for showing up. We'd still like to go forward, as Nick has indicated, of working with you, either going to the county, DOT, try to satisfy, whatever we can do to A, lower the speed limit, or B, change the traffic patterns, hopefully on Dow Road. So we're still, Bob's going to be leading the chair with Nick, and whatever I can do to help him get in touch with Kent or DOT or Joe Ryan from the county. I apologize for the typo. I apologize for wasting your time here with some light bantering back and forth between the board. If you guys want to stay, great. We'll sit here and we'll stay as long as you need to. If you want to reset your schedules, I apologize again. We are here to try to alleviate either conditions on both roads. If you want to step up and speak, you guys can. Hopefully, I'm asking the rest of the community here to allow you to step up first and talk. Whatever you guys want to think.
I think that our highway superintendent gave a good presentation, and I don't think he was here when he was giving it. But,
we just were filled in on it.
Yeah.
We've already been up there and asked meetings about the situation.
And we appreciate that you're following through on getting that done.
So, Nick, I don't want to type the meeting, but has there been thought about just changing it to a one-way? So people can't go flying up the hill? Just make it one-way coming this way?
They fly both ways.
Yeah, it's both ways.
Any chance of just blocking it off and making a cul-de-sac?
The road's too important for traveling back and forth. One way would be a lot of, I don't think that would be a good idea. I don't know. Get to the state and then we decide on something we're not trying to. I can't relate, I don't like one-way streets personally.
Well, it's really about kids and safety. I mean, I'm sure it's important to people got to get the building.
It's just a matter of coming up over the hill fast, and there's homes right on top of the hill, and it's a matter of slowing the cars down. The only way to slow them down is go around the corner. They got to start out from scratch, more or less,
And the other thing is if you made it one way, it doesn't fix anything. They fly up it and over the hill, land anywhere, in her mailbox, in my mailbox, in the telephone pole. But they fly the other way. The way he's proposed is with the stop sign and changing the logistics of the road is gonna stop them. They fly that way, they're gonna end up in a ditch or something. They're gonna have to slow down.
There's nothing there, it's a straight shot.
And the speed limit needs to be changed and enforced.
So, I guess what we were thinking, is, again, we'll put a formal committee together. We got a Parker's Corners chair, Parker's Corners secretary, and just petition. Once Nick is, and you guys have decided what you want to do, we'll just start petitioning the county and the state until they listen. I mean, it can't be anything more powerful than a citizens committee.
So you're just reiterating what we already decided last time we were here last year.
Well, I'm hoping to give you some more support on it, is what I'm hoping to do.
And actually, the actual date that we wanted in the letter was for next Tuesday night, so I don't know if that would be something that would be feasible for the folks that are here and your neighbors. We could still meet and maybe get some more ideas, get something maybe a little more concrete as far as getting things set up. And
This is just specifically for?
well, Parker's Corners. We sent 2 different letters, Parker's Corners and Darrell Road.
Okay.
And we just thought, bringing the citizens together, getting their input, okay, and then I would be the liaison from the board, then we would try to see if we couldn't get something from you as the citizens and work together.
And Nick's gonna be here too?
Right. I mean, if he can make it, yes, I would like to have Nick and Todd, those of
Come in
us
if
that are
you're-
working.
Yeah,
But,
and once it's kind of formalized, what your ideas are, you know, then we can engage Joe Ryan, we can engage Peter, you know. We can use what resources the town has. I'm not saying we're gonna be able, you know, but I don't wanna not let it, not say we didn't try, and use the resources from the town, whether it's Nick and the engineers, you know, Doug Cole, Peter, or the board, to try to help. And if
Well,
that's
I've
what
been
we're
there
trying to do.
almost 30 years, it would be nice to get something done. Well, over
That's-
30 years.
That's for. so
People
we
have
apologize.
almost died, but not quite yet. Usually they have to die first.
Well,
we don't want that.
hopefully we're a little ahead of the curve on that.
So we can do that next Tuesday.
Stickler about that.
If that's okay with those of you that are here and tell your neighbors and stuff, if we can do that, I'd be more than happy. We'd get started. I'd like to get started sooner than later. And,
Absolutely, I'll be here.
Okay, any 7, 6, what would be good for the neighborhood, I mean, as far as our work schedule?
7.
Probably later,
Seven.
yeah, kids' dinner.
Okay, why don't we?
I didn't even get home till 20 minutes.
Why don't we shoot for 7, you know, give or take, we'll play it by ear,
Identify 3 members of the
and we'll get started with
3 members of the town board to be.
doing something.
Then if they're gonna hold meetings, those are public meetings, they're gonna be public.
Mary Sue, do you think that's okay with up in your neighborhood as
How
well?
are you going to contact people?
Well, we can call them, I mean, I could give Paul or, actually, from where I'm at, I could knock on the doors and let them know. So,
Semi-formalized, you know, back and forth.
You can do it informally.
Leave them formally.
I would
That's
suggest
why I
that
asked you, then have them ask.
only somewhere to
Until you do it formally, then you can
unless you want to be informal. Just do it all.
would another night be better for you folks?
What's that?
I'm just asking, would another,
So,
would another night or another time be better than Tuesday night?
Would a Saturday morning be better?
Is there a better time for you?
I mean,
It doesn't matter, right?
Saturday mornings or another evening, whatever, I want to work with you, so whatever's convenient.
They have their own chair. Their own chair.
It's fine, I'm available.
Well, why don't we start with Tuesday night? Start with Tuesday night, and if that doesn't work, we'll change it, we'll get everybody's input on there.
I mean, in the meantime, we'll talk to you.
Yes, we will be doing that also.
If you could, that would be a great help. Because the more we have, the better input. So we'll plan on 7 o'clock for Tuesday here at the town hall.
As far as whether it's a citizens committee or whether it's a town board.
before we lose everybody.
Tuesday.
So, Bob, you okay with Tuesday night?
7 o'clock here.
Do you want us to send out letters?
We can probably send out a notice, you know, we could do that. Or I can, like I said, knock on doors or something, and they're gonna talk to the neighbors and
Yeah, we'll
stuff.
talk to the neighbors as well.
So, you want us to send another letter out? With the correct date?
I don't think we need a letter, I'm sure we can pass the word along.
And then, Mary Sue on Dower Road, you need to send a letter, or?
We can send out a few,
Or send out another letter
yeah,
with the,
with the correct date.
or telephone. Telephone.
Yeah, we'll get in touch with them.
Yeah, either way.
All right, so before we wrap, well,
Thank you.
thanks for your time.
All right, thank
Thank you, thanks. Thanks for the patience for the rest of the citizens. Is there any open thoughts from the board? From the board, sorry. From the audience, sorry. The public.
You ready for public comment again?
Yeah.
I just have one. Oh,
Go
sorry.
ahead, no, you first.
I just, it's
Judy,
brief.
before I leave.
It's Shelby and West Scottsbridge Road. I just have a suggestion for the enumeration. Maybe we can get Tim to put a link on the website that will allow people to fill out a form online, and then either Darla can access it and print it out. That's my one suggestion, okay?
It's a good suggestion.
And also just one thought, I guess the $80 a month is what we're paying now for someone to videotape, correct?
7.
$70 a month, so that's $840 a year?
Twice a month.
Well, it's actually.
Twice a
twice
month. Oh,
twice a
okay,
month,
all right, that's all.
Way more than that.
Thank you, that's all. But my dog enumerations is what we're looking
You know,
I have to get up there.
Nick Moore on Ridgewood Drive. I'm gonna go against my character a little bit here tonight. I'm not much of a talker. I'm mostly action. What happened here, you're making a big thing out of this garbage thing. Was anybody murdered? I mean, you know, why is this issue going to such an extreme? We did, the job was done beautiful, the price was right, it was paid for. The only thing that came about with this was, I myself said to the supervisor, hang on, don't pay it, because they were gonna give us a break. They did it last time. You might not charge the whole thing, just know that we're upset with it. And I think that she did call and talk to them, and we were hoping for that. This is how that outcome was. And another issue I wanted to mention was the fact that, like, I hate to mention names, but a certain person up there, which I'm just going to look at him, never agreed to pay any bill during this session here with the past. He wouldn't even okay the light bill. Now he agrees on everything. What happened, Louis? You okay now? Going to the ballgame?
No, the only thing I didn't agree on was the attorney bills at the time.
You never agreed to pay any bill during
That's
the
not
whole
true, Nick.
term.
That's not true, but I'm not gonna argue with you.
Looking at the records. Well, let's say 90% of them then, okay?
No, it was only the attorney bills
And
at the time.
let's go with what Bob said at the last meeting, which I love. Let's try to get along with each other, you know? And I wish he would have looked right at you when he said it. Because that you're, as far as I'm concerned, not my kind of a person. Thank you. Now I got a track record.
I have a
And
question.
so do you.
I thought that you people up on this board were for the town and not for yourselves. I am astounded at the behavior of supposedly professionals. You acted like snotty little children, arguing in a playground here tonight. And in the past, you are here for this town, not just for yourselves, not for the 138 people that put you in the seat. And I can tell you, you didn't get my vote. And I can also tell you that foolishly, should you run again, you won't get it then either. Okay? I'm a resident of this town. You people make from here over, make your own decisions. Have your own meetings during the day. I see the cars here during the day. Why do you even bother with this town board meeting when you have your own agenda ready to go and everybody else just has to kind of fall through? No, that's not how it works. You're here for the town, not for yourselves. I'm going to tell you something else. This is a very sore subject with me. A few weeks ago, maybe a month ago, there was an article in the paper, okay? There has been more mud thrown at residents of this town that got you people up here. And if I remember correctly, there was a board member that's sitting there right now that ran 3 times, that never got elected, and somehow got appointed to be sitting up there. How does that work? Who does that? Who does that?
So say
Who
that
does
again.
that? Okay, here's my subject. There was an article in the paper about Judge Van Wert. How dare any one of you or anyone in this town question her morals, integrity, or what she has done for this town? You ought to be ashamed of yourselves. Don't roll your eyes at me. Don't roll them, because I'll tell you why. People in this town is what got you guys up here. and people in this town, is we're gonna get you right off again.
That's
That's
the way
all I
we're,
have to say.
that's the
You ought to
way
be
it is.
ashamed of yourself.
Actually, I didn't catch your name.
My name is Lisa Carandy, and I live right down the street.
Thank you.
And that's what's gonna get you voted right out of here.
That's how democracy works.
Is it democracy? Or is it a dictatorship?
You
Because
don't
that's
like
what
it,
you're running,
well, it's
is a dictatorship. It's gotta be your way or the highway. Oh yeah, blow it off, right? Because that's all you do. What you're good for? Nothing, nothing.
All right.
Shame on all of you. From here over.
Of course.
You betcha.
Well, thanks for your time.
My name is Natalie Whiteley. I live at 3478 Penguin Road. I just wanted to share tonight, it is mentioned in the cover page of this report, if you want to call it that, that I was not interviewed. I am the former supervisor of this town the last 2 years. I am the supervisor who is named in this report. I was not interviewed because I have re-entered my private life. Well, let me tell you about the last 2 weeks of my private life. I received a registered letter last week from the supervisor, Mike Joyce, unbeknownst to anyone on this board, and he flat out accused me of stealing town documents from the town of Princetown. I have not stolen a thing. All of my documents and any documentation that I had is in this building. He is mad at me because I dissolved my files into the appropriate departments, and most of them are in the town clerk's office. Very unfair. And I think it's very odd that it's okay to contact me and accuse me of stealing files, but you wouldn't contact me in a very important report like the Gorman report. Now let's go to this past weekend. In my private life, my family and I took a family trip to Pennsylvania. On Saturday, the badgering started. I got an email from Mr. Joyce saying that there was an issue with being locked out of a laptop at Town Hall on Saturday. He wanted the password to my username that was on the server